Hello everybody. So today has been a complete washout. I have not been able to get out, well I could have gone outside, but of course I didn't. It has been raining non-stop since I got up this morning. So I haven't gotten any compost ready to do my beetroot. But because we've got all these days this week that we can do roots days, I think I'll have a chance tomorrow. I was looking at the forecast tomorrow and it does look a little bit better. If I have to sow inside, I'll sow inside. I don't really care. But I just wanted to show you all the roots that I've got stored at the moment. Here in the utility room, I have this plastic box here. And inside, I've got these pine kind of shavings. They use this stuff for bedding for animals. And I find that this stuff is fantastic for storing roots. So I haven't really had a look. When was the last time? A couple of roots days ago, I had a look actually. And what I do is I get these shavings, I put them in a wheelbarrow, and then I put water into that. Don't completely make them sodden. And what I try and do then is I mix all these shavings around so that they're just damp and they take on a little bit of moisture. And then I layer up my beetroot. Just been feeling in here. It's still quite damp actually. What I find with this is, they're great. It just works so well, this stuff. It really does. Beetroot, so the reason why I'm storing my beetroot is because I have been caught the last 2 years. I left the beetroot in the ground and last year in particular was a complete disaster. I normally find that my Pablo beetroot withstands a certain amount of frost. It's not too bad, but last year I lost everything. I thought, well, it'll be fine. I won't cover them up. I put a bit of fleece on top. And then when I went out, they just went to mush. So now I'm going to store my beetroot because I don't want to lose them. So what this does is it keeps the beetroot really nice and solid. They don't go rubbery. You know, if you pick beetroot and leave it out and don't put it in a bag and put it in the fridge, it goes kind of rubbery. Well, these are really, really, let me find you a nice big one. Oh, a couple of them have started to shoot, and that's not surprising because, let me show you. These are the Chioggia ones. This is how good the environment is inside this box. The Chioggias are starting to shoot leaves. Not bad for salad, I'm thinking. So these are the, the ones that they call them. What do they call them? Stripy beetroot. I don't know what they call them. So I don't care that these are starting to go because they won't go. Here, look, here's another one. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a cylindra. And that's starting to get a little bit of a top on it. Don't worry about that. It's fine. If they get too big, just pull the tops off. It just means that they're in really nice environment. Oh, they are kind of all starting to shoot a little bit. Another cylindra. But I think I'm going to take these shoots off and eat them for salad. That's a really nice idea. So what I did was I've got the bigger ones at the bottom, which are mainly the Pablos. I'm not going to go down too far because I just wanted to see. Here's a nice big one. Beautiful. They've worked so well. I'm really happy with this. Fantastic. Actually, let's just go right to the bottom. I'm saying this, but I don't want the bottom ones to have rotted. I don't think they have because I can feel. Yeah, they're fine. Whoa. There you go. This is a Pablo. I just want to show you this. The best beetroot ever. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm happy. great. Great, 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 great. All right, that's the beetroot. Okay, let's go and see the other roots I've got. The light in here isn't bad, actually. Okay, welcome to my cellar. Yeah, I've got a cellar. I know, it's quite amazing. Right. Not only have we got vino in here, this is where I keep all my preserves that I make. So I've got shelving there, and also I've got boxes and crap here. So I've got shelving there, I've got shelving behind me, and I find that this is the best room for my potatoes, to store my potatoes. So I used to store them, first of all, I used to store them in big bags like that, in Hessian bags, and it was all right, wasn't great. Because what I would find is, as they would start to sprout, the sprouts would be going through the Hessian, and then it was a right mess, so that was no good. Then I used to store them in these big, sacks that you get, potato sacks, from the grocery store or farm shops, etc. So, and that's okay, but in order to go through your potatoes regularly and check them for, the rogue rotten one, it was a nightmare. So now what I do is, now I store them in these containers. I use these a lot. These are like old mushroom containers, and I store them like this, and you can see that, let me show you, they're starting to sprout a little bit. Little sprouts, but all you do is that and take them off. And I can then regularly go through these here, check whether there's a rotten potato or whether things are going kind of a bit floppy and soggy. And I do that regularly on a roots day on the moon phase calendar. And then, just to cover them so that they don't get too much light on them, I get some small Hessian bags first of all, put that on top here, and then the other one here. I might just put another one just for safekeeping on both, and then I just put a big one on top of that, like that, cover the front so there's no light, and it will stop them sprouting even more. Ta-da! There you go. That's my spuds. So they're doing really well. The varieties. So the only variety I've got left at the moment is Estima. Estima is a fantastic second early. I don't grow main crop at all, and I only really grow Charlotte as well, but I grow Charlotte as an early potato, and the other one that I grow as an early potato is Swift. Swift, there's really taste. There's not much taste to it. They're quite watery, but they are so early, they are better than nothing. And I steam them. So if I steam them, then they're okay. They're, okay with a bit of butter. Charlotte, of course, fantastic potatoes, really waxy potatoes. They keep really well. They do start to sprout a little bit, but nothing too bad. And Estima, this is kind of what we use over the winter as our storage potato. Main crop potatoes, no, let's go back. First early potatoes don't store. So if you've got any first early potatoes like Rocket, Swift, I think Casablanca might be a first, actually might be a second, but all of those that are first earlies, they are like fresh potatoes. They won't store at all. They will go rotten, they will sprout, forget it. But second earlies are very good, and main crop if you want to do main crop as well. So that's my spuds. Let's go and have a look at the rest. So it's a little darker in here. This is our kind of workshop area, and I'm on the barbecue. So this is where we keep the barbecue. And the other roots that we've got that we store is our garlic and our onions. Now, onions are really important to keep an eye on because this starts happening. And when this starts happening, if they're not soft, I take these up here upstairs. I can see I've got 2, maybe 3 here, but I am going to make a curry tonight, so I'm going to use them. And I take them upstairs, just put them there for the moment, and I use them straight away. If you prepare your onions really well, there's another one. So I prepare my onions every year. Just stay there. We take off all the outer skins and take off all the roots and just prepare them down to this. They usually last really well through the winter. The red ones in particular good. Now these red ones are my spring onions, my salad onions that I'm sowing at the end of the month. These are the lilia that I let go to bulbing onions. And look how beautiful they are. Absolutely gorgeous. So these aren't just, you know, red onions that you kind of think of all the time as Red Baron. The bulbing spring onions you can also use, and they have stored beautifully. I'm very happy with those. So as I'm talking to you, I'm just kind of going through, seeing if anything's soft. Everything's fine. The garlic is doing really well. Again, we prepare the garlic exactly the same. I don't do plats and all of that, because what I find is if I plat my garlic, if I don't have it in the right condition, the garlic because they're close together and touching, they start to rot. And that is why I've got these in this room and not with the potatoes, because garlic and onions need different conditions to store than potatoes. Potatoes are okay with more of a kind of humid atmosphere. And beetroot doesn't mind it even more humid. So that's why I've got the beetroot in another room. But garlic and onions need a certain amount of humidity, but not a great deal, because they will actually rot. I've just got a few here, garlic, so I'm going to take upstairs. I mean, I've got some beautiful garlic here. Oh gosh, I hope it's going to last until the other stuff is ready. So yeah, so that's our garlic. And like I said, we'll prepare it exactly the same. Takes it's a bit of a faff, but it's definitely worth it. You know, when you think about when you're harvesting this garlic and how long it's going to last as well. And this is all soft neck. I don't do hard neck garlic at all. The only hard neck garlic that I do is elephant garlic. Yeah, and this is all soft neck, and this is what I've got now in the garden. So they are my roots. The other roots that I've got are my carrots, but I don't store carrots in sand or anything like that. I keep my carrots because I grow my carrots mainly in my raised beds and in big containers so that I can have them outside in the winter and then inside in the greenhouse. And I just can move them into the greenhouse, because I find that carrots do really well, especially in containers that you can move around all the time, and you don't need to pull them out. You can actually eat them fresh. The ones in the raised beds, I do tend to pull out, because after a while the slugs want to have a go at them, so they will come out. They'll be the first ones that I use, but my kind of winter carrots are still in big containers in the greenhouse. And whenever I want a carrot, I'll just go out and pull one out and use it that way. And that's how I do carrots. So that's it. Ginger and turmeric. Yeah, let's go and have a look. Okay, so I'm back in the utility room. I haven't moved my propagator upstairs yet, but I'm going to do it as soon as I finish this filming. So this is a north-facing window. And you can see it has quite a lot of cobwebs on the outside. So I have to move all this stuff. This is where I've got my little, these. So they're doing well. Just looking at the movement today. I've also got my little, that one. And I have, so here's some ginger. I've got some movement going on with this one. I can tell because this little sprout is getting taller and taller. The other one that I looked at this one the other day and just kind of shoved it back in again. Now I just want to show you, I'm going to sacrifice it once again. I'm going to show you how ginger works. It works like any other root. Sorry, matey. There we go. So if you're not seeing any movement on top for your ginger, don't stress out, because this is what's happening. All of those roots are coming, and that's where it's going to sprout. not there, you can see. So again, I have this on heat. I'm going to leave it on heat probably till the end of January until I get some really good growth happening. And then I'm going to have to put it in a very warm position, because remember, this is a tropical plant. This needs to be warm all the time. The turmeric, we've got the same situation going on here. I'll just pull this one out to show you. I keep feeling them. If they go soft, that means they're rotting. See the roots? There we are. That's the turmeric. That's okay. This compost is barely wet. Because I've got so much humidity going on underneath the cover of this propagator, it's enough for the moment. And then when I kind of go around and feel the top, if it wants a little bit of a drink, I just give it a tiny little bit of a drink. The other things that I've got in here is I've got 2 lemongrass. Now, this is lemongrass that I got from, I think it was an Asian supermarket, and I struck the bottom of it with the roots of it. That's just fine. I just feel in there. As long as that's hard, we're okay. Here's another one. I pulled the top off this one. Yeah, fine. And actually, I'm going to pull this out and show you. I thought I was going to lose this, but no. See, it's green and the roots are coming. So that's fine as well for the moment. I mean, this is a bit of an experiment. I've got another lemongrass out in the greenhouse. I'll have to do a video on lemongrass. If you're actually interested in growing lemongrass, there's 2 types. There's the Eastern Indian and the Western Indian lemongrass. This one here is the Western, I think. I have to find out. This is the eating lemongrass. The other one I've got in the greenhouse is the lemongrass that they use for tea. It's very fine and very thin. But this is the stuff that you want to grow. However, this is really not hardy at all. So you're able to grow it outside in the greenhouse or outside under cover, or if we've got a good summer, put it up against a south-facing wall in the summer, but then it has to come inside because it cannot tolerate cold whatsoever. So yeah, that's my other roots, and that is the end of the roots. So I hope you had a good day. I don't know whether it's raining with you today, but it's been, like I said, a shocking day today. And I will get on tomorrow and sow my beetroot, but I'm very happy with my beetroot here. I hope you've had a good day. If you've gone back to work, then I hope it's been okay, and I will see you again. Bye.